What's up? Food Train Mike out there, babies. Come on now. Only got a few minutes. Gotta represent. Hey, now. Come on. Sub up. Food Train Mike. We do the ASMR. I gotta head out real quick in a few minutes, so I want to hop on for a few minutes. You know what I'm saying, Sway? We're trying, baby. We're trying. Food Train Mike. We do the food ASMR. Sub up. Cheers. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. A little bit of time. Oh, shit. I wanted to come on. Say what's up real quick. Hope everybody's, doing well. It's well. Appreciate y'all. If you can, please sub. Food Tray Mike. That new food ASMR. I do fun lives, baby. Fun lives. How we doing, Meow? Meow. Meow. VN1, shout out. Please subscribe. You know, the lives are just about having a good time. Yeah. Just keeping it to kind of like how I am, And then from there, we make sure there's not any underage kids on when we're doing stuff like this. So I scope the lives. I try to get an idea who's on, and then we go from there. But lives are for everybody. There's 14, 10, 11, 16-year-olds, whatever. None of the THC comes out, Now, see, there you go. You're 5. So, all right. That being said, we're going to switch gears now to a PG type of live, which is good because well, if you really are 5. But hey, I'm here for everybody. So that being said, hope everybody's well. Happy Saturday. I keep thinking Saturday. It's been, holy crap, all this snow. Happy Tuesday. And if you can, please give me a sub and watch my videos. I'd appreciate that. I do food ASMR, like I said. All right, down. Let's do. Oh, all right. So you're not 5, man. Fucking with me. That's all right. I'm just saying. I'm respectful. I have a daughter who's older, and I wouldn't want a guy like me like puffing a bong in front of like an 11, 12-year-old kid that has his mom's phone. 15-year-old kid. To me, it sets a bad example. I mean, yeah, it's legal, but I mean, I'm not about that. I'm about respect. I don't agree with that. I don't agree that kids. Now I'm inside. Now I'm from Western Mass. I'm 48. I don't agree with that shit. I smoke all day and day, as Outkast said in Southern Playalistic Cadillac Funky Music. That album. Uh, but I do not agree that children should see any type of marijuana usage. It's not okay. Whether we do it or we don't, it's not okay. It's much better to meditate. It's, yeah, they're old, man. They're old glasses. I got to get a new pair. They're from '08, but I'm cheap. Um, but what I'm saying is I don't like like when my daughter was younger and I would go into like crystal shops and then I'd go in the back and I'd see all the bongs and the bowls, or I'd go to the register and I'd see the papers. I didn't agree with that. It sets a bad example. It makes it okay to the kids, and it's not okay. I'm a big proponent of medical marijuana usage, but I don't agree with the way it's done. I believe that dispensaries and all that should be cut. I believe the federal government should straight legalize it. And I believe that we should be able, through a doctor's, through a psychological, or through a medical doctor's note, allow us to be able to go on an online database where you get to see pictures, you get to see potencies, and then you can order it and have it shipped to the home, and it eliminates all that other bullshit. All right, well, happy birthday, my man. And that's my opinion on that. I don't agree with the dispensaries. You got 5, 6 year old kids going around, Dad, what's that? Oh, it's a marijuana dispensary. You get what I'm saying? It's implanting bad stuff in kids' heads. I didn't do any of this shit till a girl messed me up, and I was like, right in college. It was 1998. Was a matter of fact, it was March and really April 1998 is when I started. And it was all because a girl dumped me, and I said, fuck it. Let me sabotage myself, because I do that. And I regret doing it. I regret smoking. I used to do Tai Chi, Qigong. I used to meditate. I used to light candles. I used to put the music on. I had other ways. So, as much as I agree with it, I disagree with it. And I don't agree anybody should touch it. So it's like very hypocritical of what I'm saying, but I'm using both angles, and I'm just telling people just not to bother with it. Thank you, my brother. Yeah, I've never been to a geek bar, but I probably would because I'm considered one, so it might be all right. But I thank you all. But I'm just respectable. You get what I'm saying? Like I got a 13, 14-year-old kid on there. I don't want him seeing me smoking a bong. You know, I might go off to the side and take a little sun. Big fucking deal. But I'm not gonna do it on a live. I'm not gonna talk about it. You know, I'm not gonna talk about it. It's inappropriate. Yeah, it's legal. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, you're on my live. Yeah, you're on your parents' phone. You shouldn't be on it, but you are. Respect. She or he should be on just as much as you or anybody else. Because my lives are for everybody. How we doing, Isabel Sandler? Please sub. Food Trade Mike. I do food ASMR. And fun lives where everybody is encompassed. You know, and I like to show that respect because it's important. We've lost that in society. We've lost that in society, and we got to build it back. Well, I mean, I'm faded myself, man. I'm gonna get a little more faded too, believe me. But realistically, I I'm just a respectable dude, you know, and I don't want to set a tone for a child, you know. Kids are very impressionable. They see a guy with 5,000 subs. 5,000 subs is nothing. But to an 11, 12-year-old, it's something. To me, it's something. But it's just not much in the realm of like 20, 30, 40, 100,000. You get what I'm saying? But they're not really thinking like that. Some maybe, depending on the intelligence factor. So they could be looking at me as a bigger person than I even am. I'm a nobody. But they don't know that. But now I'm doing something that, oh, hey, man, this guy, he's cool. I like him. He says good stuff, and he pulls out this nice bong, and he rips it, and he acts even more funny. Maybe I ought to try to do that. You get what I'm getting at? That ain't right, man. And shit like that happens all the fucking time. And I don't agree with that shit. So that's why I go the way I do. Thank you so much, Cyber. Please subscribe. Food Train Mike got 2017, man. And I didn't get monetized. This June will be 2 years. I went from 357 subs to almost 53, like a little over 5,200 now. So what's that, like a year and a half? A year and 7 months? 8 months? June will be 2 years. Yeah, you wish I was in the Epstein files, you sick fuck. What kind of shit is that? Fuck him, Epstein. I'd rip his face off. You see all those sickos, Hanks, all these people that go there? I'd love to rip them all to shreds. Put me in a cage with them and let me get all my frustration out. I'd kill them all. Epstein. I'm on the Epstein files. Fuck you, man. You're crazy. Go fuck yourself. Sorry to say that, but don't disrespect me like that, motherfucker. I'm the biggest proponent against child molestation. I agree child molesters should have their balls cut off or mutilated little by little in a vice and then just tortured. So don't come at me with that bull. You're playing with the wrong train here, brother. As gay as that may sound, whatever. Epstein files, yo, I'd rip his face off, yo. I wish I could. God, man, put me in a cell with him. I'd waste him, yo. I'd rip his head off. I'd have fucked Epstein up. Wicked quick. Wicked fast. Be nothing for Epstein. I'd love to go at it with him. Couple bodies. But nah, man. If you was joking, that's alright. If not, then don't forgive me. But if you were joking, please forgive me. And, I don't know. I'm not sure. But thank you all for being on. Please give a sub. Food Train Mike, I do food ASMR. Just didn't appreciate the Epstein thing because I'm very much against him. And I can't look at him because I get very angry. And then when somebody says I was on the island, that's not going to go over too well. I have no attraction to a little girl. As a matter of fact, if, when I was even younger, when I would see girls in their 20s and they were looking like they were like 15, 16, I'm all set. I like women, like 30s, 40s, 60s, even some 70s look good. 50s, 40s, yeah, with tight bodies. You know what I'm saying? Real athletic, experienced. Who the fuck wants a virgin? Not me. I never wanted that. I'm glad I never did that. I always wanted a girl that had experience and knew what they were doing. So you see, man, it's tough how some people come on and call people out. But you can't call Food Train Mike out because he's one in a million. That's right, he's one in a fucking million. And I should be fucking viral. Damn right, I should be viral. Yeah, I don't know, not 80-year-old. I'll go into the 70s. Yeah, I like cougars. Definitely. I like mature women. I don't want no girl that's all giddy. Nah, man. I want a nice, classy, respectable woman. You know what I'm saying? That conducts herself well and that's attractive and you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not about that pedophilic or whatever pedophile shit, man. I believe they should all get way harsher. I believe they should get the death sentence. I mean, you can give them 5 years. My daughter's mother, her cousin, his father raped 3 kids. 3 of his kids. One was a boy. At like 1 to 3, sick motherfucker. And 2 girls. And he got 10 years. I think he got 7 years. He should have got life. You see what I'm saying? How you molest your boy, and then you molest two girls? Hispanic guy. He was pretty big. I'm sure he had a good girth and a length. How do you do that? And he penetrated. He got 7 fucking years. And he ruined three kids' lives. He should have got life. Death sentence. Nah, he got 7 years, from what I was told. But this was a long time ago. Long time ago. This was like fucking like 20 years ago. 20 years plus. 25, 30 years. It's a long time ago. But I was appalled by it, man. And your son that looks up to you, that's your buddy, that's your best friend, that's your fucking ally, that who you protect as a father, even your girls too, but your son, the heir to your seed, the one that's going to be able to grow your heritage. You're going to do that to your son? Now, I'm not saying it's right to the daughter, but I mean the son? Come on, man. And those poor girls. Whatever, man. It's the world we're living in. It sucks. Bada big. I won't time you out, my man. You're all right. Yeah, I'm just saying there's a lot of sickos out there, and it's too bad. It's too bad there's a lot of people that take advantage, and it's really sad. It's fucked up, and it needs change. It needs fucking change. You know? They're lights. Yeah, man, this is where I live. I'm a little struggling. I got my tree up still, and see, these are the lights. So those are my Christmas lights, so it'll light up the whole room. But yeah, I sleep here now. I had a queen size. I gave it to my daughter and took her twin. But as you can see, it's just a little bathroom in there. Yeah, it's pretty tight. I pay 900 a month. I got a $420 car payment a month, a $318 insurance payment, and then I have other bills too. So I'm pretty tight. But this is where we be living in the dungeon. We be trying, you know. Got to give a man credit. I'm trying, you know, and I got good morals. As you can hear me talking about the kids, you know. No, we don't have to talk about it. I was just talking with what was talking. We can change subject. Bada bing. We can change subject, my man. We don't got to talk. I don't want to talk about it either. I'm just talking what the dialect is doing. I only got a few more minutes, anyways. I gotta go run some errands. It's gonna fucking snow another 2.5 inches tomorrow. I hope I get up the driveway. Just spent fucking $900 on all weather tires that are grooved better, so hopefully I'll get up the driveway. And then tomorrow's going to be like 2.5 inches of snow, so I'm going to be stuck in. So I got to get to the store. Uh, so that's what I'm going to try to do. I didn't even shave this week. I don't even think I'm going to shave anymore. I think I'm just going to let it just come in. I don't know. Can't stand the way I look anyways, might as well. But yeah, if you can all just give a sub, I'd appreciate it, man. Thank you all for listening. I was going on a tangent, you know. It all started with me being on Epstein Island, some guy said, and then I got into a whole crazy thing about pedophilia. So I do apologize, but you know, that's a trigger for me. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to rip that Epstein face off if I could, and then I get a guy telling me it just reiterates some bad thoughts, that's all. Yeah, no, usually good every day of the week. No, how would I be? No, I'm not on no Epstein Island, my man. Not on Epstein. Never went to Epstein Island. I don't know why people think I would be. And see, that bothers me. You know, people think I'm on Epstein Island. What the fuck is up with that? So I just went on a whole fucking tangent. So I think you guys like to get the best of me. You know? Yeah, man, these guys are all saying I'm on Epstein Island, Ethan. What the fuck, man? Yeah, I would have been on there with a sawed off and killed all of them. And then, hey, come on, man, I'm 48 years old. How the fuck would I been on that island? I was fucking 13, 14, 15. I was 15 and 92. Yeah, I look rich and powerful. Does this look rich and powerful? No, that's what they're saying when they want to fuck with me. That's what it is. Is this rich and powerful? Bada bing, come on now, whoever it is. Is this rich and powerful, man? What the fuck is this? This is as poor as it gets, my man. This ain't no rich and power. This is poor. That's what it is. Straight up poor. Nah, they're saying I look like a Jew because everybody on here is like, "Are you a Jew?" So that's what they're saying, with not saying it, and then they're asking if I'm on the island, implying. I know what's up. I'm 48, man, but it's all right. I wish I was rich and powerful. How are you? Welcome. If you can, please subscribe. Food Train Mike, I do food ASMR. Appreciate it. How are you today? Thank you. How are you today, Win? And if you can, please subscribe to Food Train Mike, I do food ASMR. What do you mean by Megamind? You think I got a good, like, talk topic? Now, I was 15 in 92. I turned 16 in June of 92. And then I got the car, and then I got my license sometime in 93. I don't know, something like that. Wait, 77. Yeah, so I was 16 in 94. 15 and yeah. How you doing, Ronaldo? Welcome. And if you can, please subscribe. Food Train Mike, I do food ASMR. Yeah, I had a Jeep with 415s in 99. No, my bad. I had two 15s. That was 2000. The 415s came in 2002. Right, everybody. I appreciate it. I'll be back on live a little later. I do got to head out. Um, and if anybody out there, I see 8 popped on, please give a sub. Food Tray Mike, I do food ASMR. What do we got for the time? Yeah, well, we're doing all right still. Really no rush. No, I'm Italian. No, I'm not drunk. I'm into the 420, so I took a few rips. You see, got the granny candy, stuff like this. This is what I do. I'm actually pretty much against alcohol. I don't drink. Last time I was drunk was 2014, and I think I was buzzed up all right, like Thanksgiving 2018. So I think it's been like a good 6, 7 years since I've had any alcohol. Yeah, I don't drink. I mean, I pass by package stores all the time. I could sit down here. I could do a live drinking. It would get me more views, I bet you. Food Train Mike getting cocked on a live. You guys would love me ripped up. See, when I'm drunk, I'm fun. I'm not like an asshole. You know? Like if I go to your house, there's respect. If I feel like I gotta throw up, I'll make sure I make it to the bathroom and I'll make sure that I don't get it all over. And like if it does splatter on the toilet, if the toilet's clean, not like piss and shit all over it, I'll make sure I wipe it down. Like I have never in my life thrown up on anybody's shit. I've always made it outside. I've always done it outside. I've never in my life like thrown up on myself or thrown up on anybody or in anybody's house or in anybody's bathroom or made a mess or anything. Even peeing, I sit down on the toilet if it's clean because I know if I'm drunk, you know. So I remember one time I went in and the kid, one of my boys was looking at me. He said, "What are you doing, man?" I'm like, "I'm sitting, I'm peeing." He's like, "Why?" I'm like, "I'm drunk. I want to piss all over the bathroom. You guys might have, but I don't want to do that." That's kind of how I am. Respect, you know? I appreciate that, Heather. Thank you. All right. But that's how I do it. And I remember that when I'm drunk because the OCD keeps me ahead. Makes me think, all right, Mike, well, you're getting there. You're getting there. All right, well, now, I don't know. That's how I was back in the day. Now I don't do it, but that's how I was back in the day. Yeah, that's how I used to do it because I had people that would come over, even as kids, that would pee all over my toilet and that would, a lot of stuff, like take stuff from me, like I'd have to hide stuff. I was never like that. I never stole from any of my friends, you know? Thank you so much. Please subscribe. Food Train Mike. I do food ASMR. Yeah, I mean, I don't really. I've always been respectable. It's just my nature. That's just me. I admit, I met a girl in '97 and she was like 40 minutes away and I needed gas money a few times. And yeah, okay, my parents had some quarters and I took like $5 worth of quarters here and there, but big fucking deal. That was it. They had a drawer full of money upstairs that was labeled gas. It was all segregated. I didn't take from there. I didn't go up and take bills. I just took the change, so I mean, like, it's like small shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I never heisted any money from my parents. I never went up there and took $50 or $40 worth of their gas money or, whatever it was. I never did any of that shit. You know? I always, yeah, yeah, definitely respectful. And that's kind of how I roll. Especially with people because shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I used to hate that, man. People come over and you gotta hide stuff. You gotta hide stuff in your room. You gotta watch them. Go in the bathroom. I had one friend, man. He peed all over the toilet, all over the back of the toilet, back of the wall, front of the toilet. Yeah, man. I'll be honest. When I'm home, I sit when I pee. I don't stand. The only place I stand is when I go out or if I'm at work. If I go to a friend's house and the bathroom's clean, I sit. You know what I mean? Yeah, I sit. It's just respect. Because I mean, the shit, there's like it's impossible. And even not only that, I'm very hypersensitive. So like I'll be peeing, and like you can feel the kickback. There's kickback. I mean, I look. There's kickback that comes up. That shit gets on you. So it's gross. You know, I don't even like peeing in public because no matter what you do, you get dirty from doing it. You know, obviously, you know, the air and shit kills it off. It's not like anything's gonna hurt you. I'm curious on this urinoscopy, wondering if I should start drinking my urine. So I hear there's a lot of good benefit to drinking this urine. So I may have to get into that. All right, what do we got? We got about 5 minutes, guys, and then I got to roll. Just gonna want to do a couple things, but yeah, I mean it's tough. All right, let me just put this in here. Yeah, that'll give you a nice pack. All right, take one. One for fun. Yeah, but I appreciate you all, man. Thank you, Heather, so much for the donation. It means a lot to me. Definitely struggling with a lot of bills. And the YouTube, you know, it's taking me now like 2 months to get the $100 thrust. You got to make $100 a month in order to get paid. So if you don't, it just accumulates to 100. And you know, at one point in time, I was doing between like 120 to a little over 200, but then it kind of dropped down. So no, I don't have anything in the ceiling. You know. But yeah, so it just gets, just gets a little draining. But what's killing me is the car. When I refinanced the car, they refinanced me at 12.9%, and I had to give them 3 grand. And the thing that really kills me is that when I went to look at what I'm paying 21 something on a car that's worth like 15,000 bucks. So like, yeah, you think about that. Kingston, how are you? Not bad. Okay. So, it's kind of like one of those things where you're just, you know, kind of going at it. Hold on a minute. Shit. But I mean, shit gets crazy. You know? But we can only do the best that we can, you know? Yeah, abandon the car, huh? Got the insurance. Yeah, man, I'm getting killed on that car, dude. I'm paying so much fucking money a month. Got $900 for rent. Um, yeah, I mean, I got some bills, so I mean, it's a toughie, and it's fucking crazy. Hold on a minute. But yeah, it's tough, you know. What I do for the protein shake is I just use some coconut milk. Use about like here over 6 ounces. Probably a little more than normal. And then I got the whey isolate. Throw some of the isolate in there. Now what I like to do too, hold on. Got the whey isolate up in there. And then what I do, what I like to do actually, is, because whey protein's like really highly glycemic. I mean, you got to use fat in there. Coconut milk doesn't have much. So what I do, and even if I was using regular milk, no matter what, this is my protocol. So it's gonna be there's some nice olive oil if anybody's looking for a good olive oil. Big Y Stop and Shop Walmart carries this too. It's one source, you can trace it. It's really nice olive oil, organic. So what I like to do is I was doing 3 tablespoons a day, but I got lazy and stopped doing so many of those blends. So I always add 2 tablespoons to the protein, which is nice because it gives it 240 calories extra. The protein shake gives you 130. So, you got 240. 240. 340. So you got 350 calories right there. And then the coconut milk, like 375, 380 calories maybe for that, which is pretty good. And it's nice because it's raw. So olive oil is great to cook with, but when you drink that raw, it's nice. It's an easy way to get it in raw, is what I'm saying. So this is what I do, and always check with doctors and stuff and find out where your levels are at so you know you're doing the right thing. Then I take malic acid. Get this on Amazon, pretty cheap, lasts forever. And I add 2 grams of that to it. My morning drink, I add 1. And then what I like to do, I don't know how much heavy metals are in these, but it's probably a lot. But I take, I refinanced my car. Last March. So we're gonna go 1. We're gonna go 2, 3. All right, so that's a pretty heavy teaspoon and a half of paprika. Nice to add the spices up in there. It's raw too, pretty easy to do it. Ceylon cinnamon is the good one, especially if you're using more. I like to do, but today I'm gonna do just a half. I normally do more. I normally do a teaspoon. Sometimes I've been known to do 2. I have to get some more of that. Alright, so now got that. And I'm going to take my, take a little Truvia, Just makes it taste better. Because I don't know, the protein shakes, they really don't taste as good anymore as they used to. So, nah, man, I've been doing this all the time. The cayenne pepper does. I stopped using that. Paprika's fine. I can do up to 2 teaspoons in the shake and be fine. That's no worries for me. I'm used to all this stuff. I do 2 tablespoons of apple. So I take my hydro water, which is a flask that looks like this. Okay, I do one of those. Put the water in here. I add 3 to 4 tablespoons of the lemon juice that you get in a jar that's organic, that's already processed. I add liposomal vitamin C. I'll add lysine. I'll add alpha lipoic acid like this. I have some L-carnitine. I have NAC that I add to it. And then I add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And I add a gram of malic acid. And it's potent, but I mean, I'm just used to it. I've been drinking apple cider vinegar nonstop daily since 2007. I could actually take it from the jar and swig it and be fine. I mean, I can't take much. It burns, but I mean, and I don't do that, but I'm saying, I mean, I've been drinking it a long time. So, I mean, I know what I'm doing. For the average person, you're right. That's too much. You got to start small. You got to start 1/8 of a teaspoon, sometimes 1/2 of an eighth of a teaspoon, and you work your way up. And as you work your way up, the body adapts, and you should be able to be all right unless it affects you. I was paying $275 when I was leasing the car, $420 with the refinance. All right. All right, so this is how it is. All right, everybody, but I will be back. Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you for the donation, Heather. God bless you. Thank you so much. I definitely needed it. Thank you all.